In this video, we are going to talk about best 10 viral moments that defined Super Bowl 2022. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. The halftime show on Super Bowl Sunday may be the only event on the calendar that can compete with the game in terms of fan excitement, if not the only event on the schedule. A number of truly bizarre things have occurred at halftime shows over the years, and some of these have become viral videos. Halftime performances haven't always been the full-on circus that we've come to expect and love, but over the course of the show's history, we've been treated to some extremely odd and bizarre moments as performers have attempted to outdo one another in a variety of bizarre acts. If you're like most non-football fans in the United States, your Super Bowl viewing experience normally involves chowing down on a giant platter of chips and wings while scrolling through TikTok, only to look up from your For You page when NBC cuts to commercial breaks. According to the statistics, greater screen time gives consumers with more possibilities to engage in online gossip, which is exactly what they did in the previous year. It includes everything from heated halftime show disagreements to a floating QR code to a flying 50 Cent in this year's Super Bowl. Here are the best 10 viral moments that defined Super Bowl 2022. So let's start. Number 10. Nostalgic halftime show. Though others speculate that Generation Z and Millennials simply want to be back in a fraternity basement, dancing to 50 Cent's in Da Club, which made news for defying gravity during the game, many people on Twitter believe this year's halftime show was the best of all time. Along with Kendrick Lamar, Eminem and Dr. Dre performed during the performance, which was praised for its diversity as well as for eliciting nostalgic feelings in the audience. Number 9. Reminiscing on past performances. Halftime this year generated discussion on social media about the greatest mid-game performances of all time, which resulted in the names Shakira and Beyoncé fast being trending topics. Shakira made headlines when she performed on stage with Jennifer Lopez in 2020, and in 2013, all eyes were on Bruno Mars and Beyoncé when they performed together. Number 8. MIA flips the bird. While performing with Madonna and Nicki Minaj in 2012, MIA flashed a bold middle finger at the entire world, which you could have missed if you were blinking. It was a disappointing outcome for a large number of people, including those involved in the NFL. When the rapper did not give an official public apology, the league filed a lawsuit against him, seeking millions of dollars in damages and demanding that he issue one. The notion that the league took a chance on the controversial Madonna only to be bitten by one of her guests sounds a little severe for a momentary flip of the bird, but the fact that she was one of her guests is a funny irony in and of itself. Number 7. MJ's standoff. Michael Jackson opened his halftime concert at the Rose Bowl in 1993 by merely standing on stage and doing absolutely nothing for approximately 2 minutes, in what is considered to be the power move of all power moves. Keep in mind that most performers are only allotted around 12 minutes on stage, so Michael spent approximately 17% of his performance simply staring at the audience in quiet. That's something that only one of the all-time greats in the history of the game would be capable of pulling off. Number 6. The entirety of the 1991 halftime show. Man, this would be so much better if it were entirely comprised of young children, you might have thought as you watched a halftime show. In all likelihood, this was not the case, but that was pretty much what Disney delivered during their 1991 presentation in Tampa, Florida. An unsettling sight that included hundreds of singing and dancing children, scores of Disney characters in costume, and an overall jumble of nightmare fuel was put on display. Actual adults only made brief appearances during the show, which included a message from President George H.W. Bush and a performance by the New Kids on the Block, both of which were broadcast live on television. The reply of this sad boy serves as a succinct summation of everything that has happened. Number 5. Katy Perry's left shark. One of the most memorable moments from Katy Perry's 2015 event was a trip to the beach after ingesting a lifetime supply of acid, and Left Shark was the show's most well-known guest. Whoever was wearing that costume appeared to be enjoying the time of his or her life, and he or she appeared to have gone wayward by performing a slew of odd dancing movements. Left Shark, on the other hand, destroyed them and, more crucially, became an instant viral sensation. For being such a weak and boring loser, Right Shark, on the other hand, was instantly sacked and expelled from society. Number 4. Lady Gaga's roof jump. This year, Lady Gaga chose to make a daring debut by leaping off the roof of NRG Stadium in Houston, or at the very least giving the impression of doing so. The jump was really pre-recorded for rather apparent reasons, but it doesn't really matter because it's such a short sequence. What matters though, is that it was the most hilarious jump that anyone could have ever imagined to see in their lives. Who would do such a thing? Nothing more than a terribly awkward and incredible method to take what appears to be a leap of faith. Gaga is still alive and well. Number 3. The Indiana Jones spectacle. The fact that this show was complete insanity, but also kind of badass? It's impossible to pick out one single moment from it. Patti LaBelle sang 5 songs, Tony Bennett sang 5 songs, and Indiana Jones choreographed 90% of the battle scenes. Remember, you have to sit through the entire thing. It's really absurd. A shameless emphasis on promoting their new Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland was clearly desired by Disney, which produced the show. They were willing to do whatever it took, including setting a man on fire, in order to achieve their goal. The evening ended with a performance of "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" from the Disney film The Lion King, which was performed by LaBelle and Bennett. Instead of repeatedly exclaiming, "Again," as in the movie Miracle, Herb Brooks simply blows his whistle and yells, "More Disney." Throughout the planning of this halftime performance, in my imagination. Number 2. Influencers wave wads of cash. Some may call it a charitable deed, while others will claim that it was simply an occasion for influential people to remind us of their wealth. Before the big game, Twitch broadcaster Aiden Ross took to Twitter to offer a $10,000 prize to a person who liked his tweet if the Rams win. Jake Paul, a well-known influencer and fighter, followed suit approximately a half hour later, although Paul chose to place his wager on the Bengals. Number 1. Reminiscing on past performances. Halftime this year generated discussion on social media about the greatest mid-game performances of all time, which resulted in the names Shakira and Beyoncé fast being trending topics. Shakira made headlines when she performed with Jennifer Lopez in 2020, and in 2013, all eyes were on Bruno Mars and Beyoncé when they took the stage together. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.